Hey guys, Jess with Patriotic Wreath. Today we are going to be adding our ribbon to the mesh wreath base that we worked on the other day. We're doing Patriotic Americana. We have these really pretty red, white, and blue, the red and blue glitter stars, and then the vintage looking flag, and then this burlap and blue star and red stripe. So we're adding 2 of these ribbons in each twist tie. We have these ones are 1.5 inch, and then these ones are 2.5 inch. A lot of times it looks nice when you have varying ribbon widths in the same ribbon bundle. Just gives a little variety to your wreath. I'm putting 1 of these in each of the mesh, like the pipe cleaners that have the mesh in them. I make it, just kind of bend it like that because it's wired ribbon, and then put it in there. So as we've talked about before, we have 12 twist ties on the outside, 6 on the inside. If you're interested to see how we assembled the wreath base, like put the pipe cleaners on the ring, or put the mesh, cut the mesh, or put the mesh into the frame, you can look at one of the other videos that's associated with this wreath that we've been making. We've been making it in steps. You can watch them in order, or just watch the parts that you need extra help with. Lots of options and variety available to you. So we have it like this. So each one I'm going to put the 1.5 inch ribbon on the top, but then the bottom one is changing back and forth in between those 2 different designs. It looks like that right there. And then you just turn it and move on to the next one. What's kind of nice is when you make a wreath, it doesn't have to be, as I said before, there's no exact rules that you need to follow. It doesn't have to be super matchy-matchy. So like if you can see like this blue here, it's slightly different than this blue, and it's a little bit different than the navy blue that is in this mesh, and that's totally okay. You can do whatever looks good to you. We're going to be adding florals and a bow and a sign on this wreath too. So it'll help all the colors just to meld and come all together for a beautiful wreath in the Patriotic Americana theme. So once again, I'm just gathering the ribbons in the middle, taking my pipe cleaner, opening it up. I don't ever have to like untwist it from the mesh, because since I only twisted it one time around the mesh when I put it in, I've never run out of pipe cleaner. I put it around that ribbon and then tuck the remainder of the pipe cleaner underneath so that you can't see it. Some people leave it up as just another part, another visual interest, but to each his own. Everyone has their own preference on how they like to do that and how they like their finished wreaths to look. I think this ribbon looks really nice with this burlap mesh. It has a red and blue reflective stripe, and it matches the red and blue perfectly on these stars, except these stars do have a little bit of glitter on them. The glitter does not shed or come off, which is really nice. So you're not going to be having your visitors trailing glitter in behind them as they enter your front porch, come into your home. That is definitely a something that could happen if the glitter was shedding, but it is not on this wreath. Do you guys have any funny glitter stories about that, like when you were younger or with your kids? It reminds me of there was a time when we were younger that we made like we decorated shirts for New Year's Eve. We took like the glue and we wrote all over the shirts with like to make words and stuff like that. And then we dumped glitter on top, and then we let it dry, and then we didn't really think much of it. We just took the shirts after it was dried to shake off the excess glitter. We went right outside of our front porch, like right where it ended, not thinking really anything of it, not realizing that everyone that was going to be walking into our house later was going to track that glitter in. So, I mean, it's kind of a lesson that you have to learn firsthand. That glitter is fun, but it definitely gets everywhere, and it's hard to get rid of once you got it going on, but it's okay. I know some people love the glitter. Some people even add it into their paint when they're painting their inside of their homes. I'm not going to call out anyone that does that, but I have known people that do that, and it does look gorgeous. So we're just going all the way around. As I said before, we have 12 twist ties on the outside, 6 on the inside. We're going to add this on the inside the same way we do on the outside. Just grabbing that tie, twisting it around, and then taking the excess part, tucking it under, and then straightening out those ribbons. Do you decorate for Patriotic at your house? Do you do red, white, and blue? Do you change up your decor for the summertime? I think it part of it, I didn't really decorate as much as I did, as I do now that I have kids. I feel like it kind of, decorating when you have kids, it just kind of adds to the excitement for them. I might not have done that before when I was child-free, but I mean, part of one of the many joys of having children is you kind of get to relive your childhood in a way through them, you know, seeing things through a child's eyes, the excitement, enjoying things for the first time, seeing things for the first time, you know, all the excitement that comes along with the 4th of July, the historical aspects, the honoring the soldiers and those that fight for our freedom and their families that give up so much as well. But, you know, fireworks and talking about firework safety and, you know, enjoying all those exciting first things like that. It's very sweet. And it's a little bittersweet when they get older and they start growing up every year. You want them to get bigger and stronger and more independent, but it's still a little challenging every time it happens. So this one here on the inside, you can see the pipe cleaner, it's folded under. It's because that's where I plan to put my bow. So we're just going to turn it and move on to the next tie that's available. There should be, there's normally 6 ties on the inside, 5 or 4 I normally put the ribbon bundles in. This one I have 5. The sign that I have planned for this one, it is rectangular, but it is vertical. So what I'll end up doing is instead of putting the bow underneath the sign, like say the sign is here, putting the bow underneath, I'm going to put the bow next to it so that I'll be able to have the sign on one side of the wreath and then the bow on the other. It's just, I like to do that when I have a vertical sign. When I first started making wreaths, I would take like if I had a rectangular vertical sign, I would put it right in the middle of the wreath and then not put a bow. But as I've gotten a little bit, have had more practice making bows, I feel more confident in my ability to make them and make them look good. So I tend to want to include a bow in my designs, and then the placement of my sign is no longer straight in the middle. I put that vertical sign over to the side so that I have room for a bow, and just helps balance the wreath out as well to have a bow on one side and a sign on the other. Okay, this is, I think, my last one I'm going to put in. As you can see, I did every other ribbon bundle with the different. All right, so when I did this, I messed up a little. I twisted this one under. So let me just untie that. Put this ribbon bundle in right here. And then the next one I'm going to twist under so that it will be where I put my bow and where the bow tails hang down. So you wouldn't be able to see that anyways. So we're going to twist that a few times. Twist it under. And then we are done putting our ribbon on this wreath. As you can see, it goes all the way around. You can go through and kind of straighten them out if you'd like to. I will see you in the next video, showing you how our sign, we're going to attach that.